Neighbors Keeper Victim Relief was started in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in 1999 when it was realized that although there was a lot of services to provide for people, whether it be through crime or through disasters, there was nobody that was looking back at the victims of these incidents. So Victim Relief was formed to provide relief to those people. The Victim Relief is founded on the principles of the Good Samaritan, and it's with that attitude that we serve to provide physical, emotional, and spiritual support to those that are victims of crime, natural disaster, fire, or any other life-altering event in a person's life. Victim Relief was called into action most recently this past December when the tornadoes hit in Dallas, and a number of people from St. John's were actually involved in that relief effort and served in a number of different roles. When we first arrived to Rockwall and we pulled in, we were embedded with a CERT team, so we went behind the yellow tape and we worked our way back into a neighborhood. As we did, we were in the shadow of the Rockwall water tower, which at that time they were just hoping would be able to continue to stand. And I'm going to be honest with you, although I'd had the training from Victim Relief, I was extremely nervous and wasn't sure how this was going to play out. We walked up to the first house, or what was left of the first house, which was a pile of rubble, and there was an older gentleman and three 30-some-odd-year-old sons that were there, and we began to talk with him. And as we talked with him, it was obvious that he was in distress. And so we asked, would you like to pray? And he said, yes, I would. And so we all came together, we huddled together, and before the prayer I asked, what is your name? And the man was so upset that he said, I don't know, I can't remember my name. And we huddled and we prayed, and I don't remember what the words of the prayer was. It wasn't anything magic and anything certainly that was said in the prayer, but what was amazing was see the power of God come down on these people and to see the comfort that they began to feel immediately when the Lord was called into this disaster. And so we prayed and we got through with the prayer. As we finished and were about to leave, the man looked at me and said, my name is Oscar. Oscar. And what I looked at was four people that were completely different just 2 minutes after prayer as the Lord had moved with them. My original thoughts were that I was supposed to be bringing Christ to a crisis. What I found out was that Christ is already there, loving and nurturing His people. And so to be able to serve in the Victim Relief Ministry is a tremendously humbling privilege to see God work and provide love and compassion for His people and to be a vehicle of this message. I would encourage anybody that wants to reach out to those that are hurting, that are in needs, that are victims, to look into the Victim Relief Ministry. And as we always say in Victim Relief Ministry, stay prayed up and mission ready because God is calling you today. Thank you.
I'm Kelly Kruger. I'm one of the youth directors here at SJA, and every summer the youth group puts on a mission trip here in Texas where we go out as the hands and feet of Christ and do basic service projects for homeowners such as building ramps, yard work, painting, whatever service it is that they need.
I'm Lane Honeycutt. I was one of the team leaders on Team Australia the past year's mission trip. It was my 8th mission trip, but the first one where we'd implemented Brian Marshall's new project procedures where we really involved the homeowner. Our homeowner this year was Robert Reed, known to us as Rob after the first day. And he's a single guy living in the home he was born in, living alone. And he has had some really life-threatening illnesses in the recent past, but he's made it through it and he's a survivor. What we did on the house, we scraped, sanded, and painted the entire exterior. It's a large frame house with wood siding and took well over 25 gallons of paint to get it all painted. We installed him a new front door with door locks and a deadbolt. And we installed some new light fixtures in the house and made a couple of ceiling fans operational that weren't working before.
Well, I'm originally from Clarksville, Texas. I've been here, same residence for 48 years. I did get an appointment and went to the military, and that wasn't for me. I came back, started working, and until I found out I was disabled. You know, you never know until you go to the doctor, and then when you get the news, you go to feeling sick. and they're doing a wonderful job with those young people, because I was so impressed with them. I know a lot of youngsters around here. I don't know if we could get them out of bed in the summer to go to work if we were paying them, let alone if they were having to use their own money. But it rained pretty much the whole week. So the day that we had the cookout up there at the hub, their supervisor for this group, Lane, he told me, he said, well, you know, y'all hadn't had any time to really enjoy yourselves and have a good time because it's been raining the whole time. He said, I've got to go back over to his house with him to finish hanging the door. He said, y'all can stay here and play and just have fun if you want to. And he said, I'll come back and pick y'all up after I hang the door for him. And it was a unanimous decision. Those kids did not want to play. They all voted to come back here and work for free. And you know, they motivated me. Seeing those kids and how they were driven actually motivated me to try to do something.
This mission trip was special to me because at the end of the week, I had a new friend. Rob and I talk real often on email and occasionally on the phone and keep each other informed of what's going on. So all in all, I'd say this is a very successful mission trip, not only for Team Australia, but for the homeowner and for the leaders.
We invite you to consider coming this year on our youth mission trip to Austin, Texas, June 19th through 24th. We are always desperate for adults to help with everything from construction to team leaders. These mission trips would not happen without you, and we still have several spots that need to be filled for this year to be the awesome success that we know God intends for it to be.
Wonderful group of people.